Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video I will be talking about some rumors and reports from the Washington Commanders offensive coordinator search, including possibly Eric Bieniemy coming to DC and much more. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content on the road to 11,000 subscribers, so please help me get there. And hit that like button and the notification bell. It helps out So yesterday, the Washington Commanders moved on and fired offensive coordinator Scott Turner. And now the quest for a new offensive coordinator begins. And there's a bunch of different conflicting reports and rumors. But I'm going to give you guys the rumors and then talk about what I really think about them. So the first one is from Benjamin Albright, he is a Broncos reporter, but he has very good sources all over, the NFL. I think he's one of the best mock drafters because of the sources he has, and he's got a lot of things right in the past. So I trust him somewhat, at least. It's not like he's a random guy on Twitter, but he said someone asked him, Ben, Washington offensive coordinator candidates, and he said, I heard a rumor about Bieniemy after this season. We shall see. And obviously, a lot of people around the Commanders community were like, wow, because I mean, at least I didn't even think about Eric Bieniemy because I was thinking, okay, he's in a great situation right now, and, or at least, he's in a great offense, and he might want to, if he leaves, it'll be for a head coaching job, not an offensive coordinator job. But then I kind of thought about it, and it's like, okay, well, he isn't calling the plays for Kansas City. That's Andy Reid. He's under Andy Reid's shadow, and that is probably part of the reason he isn't getting head coaching jobs is because he's not calling plays. He works under Andy Reid, who is a genius, and that is even though we don't have a great quarterback, one kind of slight attraction that an offensive coordinator job would have here for candidates is that they would have full autonomy of the offense in terms of calling plays, and they would have some say in the personnel rather, more than if they were with a, offensive-minded head coach who is calling the plays and wants things his way. So that's why I think it's a little bit more attractive when we have some good weapons, but of course, the quarterback position makes it a little bit less attractive, but maybe not having a quarterback and being able to choose from the guys on the market or in the draft is something that is appealing to some of these guys. So I still don't think it'll be Bieniemy, but maybe there's a chance. And I don't know if Rivera would want it, would want Bieniemy, because that is totally different than what we've had. And I don't think they overlapped at all. I mean, I'm not sure. Maybe they did in Philly, but I don't even know if Bieniemy was in Philly. I'm trying to think, but maybe they overlapped at some point. But they definitely don't have a super strong connection. But that would be a possibility. That would be, in my opinion, that would be a good hire, a good offensive coordinator, a bright mind, and working under Rivera and then Del Rio. The two coordinators would be really good in Bieniemy and Del Rio. So I would absolutely love if they hired Bieniemy. I just think it's a long shot, but that's definitely one of the top candidates on the market. I don't even know if he's on the market, but I just wanted to show you guys that real quick, and it is from a trusted source. Next one, this is from Darren Haynes, Commanders, reporter, and this is there's kind of some conflicting information on this, but he said, sources: Commanders head coach Ron Rivera will hire a new offensive coordinator from the outside and not promote from within. So if what he's saying is true, that means no Ken Zampese, Drew Terrell, John Matsko. I mean, even though none of those guys besides Ken Zampese are real candidates, that's what he's kind of saying. Won't be an internal hire, which I think a lot of Commanders fans like. We don't want, even though Ken Zampese is a respectable coach, he's been in the league for a really, really long time, and he's got a lot of experience, but still, he's not a flashy young guy that's had a lot of success or a veteran that has had a lot of success in the league. So that's why fans don't really want someone like that. But then I was listening to Kym Bram's live stream or whatever, and Kym kind of said he thinks the Commanders would like to keep the same offensive system that they have now. So that could mean, and then that's what he said, and then I added, so that could mean Ken Zampese or Mike Shula. And I didn't see the report when I tweeted this, the Darren Haynes report. But that is interesting. It could be a little bit of conflicting information there. But Mike Shula would not be from within the organization, and they could probably run a similar system to what Scott Turner did. Obviously, there's always going to be changes from coordinator to coordinator because they want to wrinkle stuff in that they have, that they like more. But Mike Shula's system was probably pretty similar to Scott Turner's system. That's just me. I mean, I obviously didn't really watch the film on all these coordinators or anything and looked at their plays, but I'm assuming their systems were similar. So it could still be someone like Mike Shula. And I know a lot of people don't like it. I wouldn't hate Mike Shula. I would like Mike Shula over Ken Zampese because he has had success in the league. He helped develop Josh Allen and helped develop Cam Newton. So maybe he could develop Sam Howell, or if they drafted someone like Anthony Richardson, who is super, super raw, he could help develop him too, or another quarterback that they draft, or I don't know. And another thing, though, that makes this job maybe a little bit less attractive is most people, know or think that the Commanders will have a new owner next year. So that could mean new coaching staff. It doesn't guarantee it, because if the Commanders go out and have a great year this year and win 10, 11 games, make the playoffs or win a playoff game, and that's a lot, that's saying a lot, but I'm just throwing that out there. If that happens, then I would say the coach would probably want to keep, or the owner would be like, okay, we'll keep you until your contract's up or whatever. I don't know. It's definitely an interesting situation, but I think that's why, like, a guy that someone like Frank Reich or even Eric Bieniemy, like, they're not wanting to be coordinators for a long time. Like, Eric Bieniemy will probably, he wants to be a coordinator for 1 year, absolutely ball out, have the offense look really good, and show that he can call plays on his own, and then get a head coaching job. That's what he wants to do. So I don't know if a 1 year kind of limit on the offensive coordinator spot for Commanders will really make it less attractive for someone like Eric Bieniemy or even Frank Reich, who is looking for a head coaching job soon. So that's kind of my thoughts on it right there. But, we'll see what happens. But those are definitely some options. There's some other options I'm just going through some of the options at the coordinator position. We talked about Ken Zampese, Frank Reich, Pat Shurmur, who the Commanders did, or I guess the Redskins at that time, did interview him, I believe, or at least Rivera was interested in him in the, for the 2020 offensive coordinator job, but he ended up landing on Scott Turner, and we all know how that worked out. This guy right here had a couple other candidates, Rob Chudzinski or Mike Shula. We talked about that guy, and then I think there's one more. Brian Johnson's a hot name from the Eagles. I believe he is a quarterback coach there. And a lot of people really like him. One thing, though, and, he's helped develop Jalen Hurts, but one thing that I heard, can't remember who it was, but it was a really good tweet, and if I, find it, I'll try to, link it or something. But he said that Brian Johnson was roommates with Alex Smith in college and his backup. So, and we all know how Alex Smith does not like Washington, or does not like this regime and how they handled things for his last year here. So I think that maybe he's told them some things, or maybe he's told Brian Johnson some things that would steer him away from this job. I don't know. That's just something that I saw that I think makes sense. Brian Johnson is another guy that makes sense. I forgot the Rams offensive coordinator spot or job, or not job. The guy who's the Rams offensive coordinator, I heard some good things about him as well. I think it's Todd something. There's a lot of different candidates, and I'm assuming in the next couple days we'll start to hear about guys that the Rivera and the Commanders are interested in, maybe some visits that are scheduled, and we'll see. We'll see if things get done before the meeting on Monday, because Monday is the day that Rivera is supposed to meet with the Snyders. So I don't know if something will get done, if the Snyders want him to go over things with them, or if Rivera will start to look at candidates before then. So I'm excited to see how this all plays out, and of course I'll have videos out every day talking about this whole situation, any more rumors. And if nothing happens tomorrow, I'll have out a video going over the top 5 off-season priorities. I had that video finished, and then the Scott Turner news came out yesterday. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and let me know what offensive coordinator you want the Washington Commanders to hire. And, like you guys, I'm hoping it's someone that Ron doesn't really have a connection to. So peace, guys.